The black vote has long been a cornerstone of American democracy, a force capable of shaping elections and influencing the nation's destiny. From the civil rights movement to the election of Barack Obama, black voters have consistently fought for progress and equality. Their voices have been instrumental in advancing social justice and holding elected officials accountable. In recent elections, the black community's loyalty to the Democratic Party has been tested. Economic anxieties, concerns about representation, and a sense of disillusionment with the political process have led some black voters to question their traditional allegiances. This shift in the political landscape presents both challenges and opportunities. For Donald Trump to secure the black vote in 2024, he must navigate a complex web of historical grievances, contemporary concerns, and deep-seated distrust. His success or failure in this endeavor could very well determine the outcome of the election. The Democratic Party has long enjoyed the overwhelming support of black voters. This alliance, forged during the civil rights era, has been based on the party's commitment to social justice, economic equality, and civil rights. However, in recent years, cracks have begun to appear in this once unbreakable bond. Some black voters, particularly younger generations, feel that the Democratic Party has taken their support for granted. They point to persistent economic disparities, concerns about police brutality, and a lack of progress on issues such as reparations as evidence that the party has not done enough to address their needs. This growing sense of disillusionment has created an opening for alternative voices and perspectives. To win back the trust and support of black voters, Democrats must move beyond rhetoric and demonstrate a tangible commitment to addressing the challenges facing black communities. Donald Trump's presidency was marked by both controversy and unexpected policy shifts. His relationship with Black America was similarly complex, characterized by both moments of outreach and instances of division. On the one hand, Trump signed into law the First Step Act, a bipartisan criminal justice reform bill that reduced mandatory minimum sentences and promoted rehabilitation programs. He also created Opportunity Zones, a program aimed at spurring economic development in disadvantaged communities, many of which are predominantly black. However, these policy achievements were often overshadowed by Trump's rhetoric and actions. His comments about African nations, his response to the Charlottesville white supremacist rally, and his attacks on prominent black figures alienated many black voters. Trump's record on issues impacting black Americans is a study in contradictions. To win over black voters in 2024, he will need to convince them that his policies, rather than his rhetoric, represent his true intentions. Economic concerns are paramount for black voters, who experience disproportionately high rates of poverty, unemployment, and wealth inequality. Trump's economic policies, which included tax cuts, deregulation, and trade tariffs, had a mixed impact on black communities. While some black workers benefited from a strong economy and low unemployment rates, others saw their wages stagnate and their cost of living rise. To appeal to black voters, Trump will need to articulate a clear economic vision that addresses the systemic barriers to black wealth creation and economic mobility. This will require going beyond traditional Republican talking points about tax cuts and free markets and embracing policies that promote racial equity and economic justice. Section 5. Beyond Rhetoric, the Challenge of Trust. Perhaps the biggest obstacle facing Trump in his bid to win black votes is the deep well of distrust that exists between him and many black Americans. His history of making racially insensitive remarks, his attacks on civil rights icons, and his perceived indifference to the concerns of black communities have left many black voters feeling alienated and unheard. Rebuilding trust will require more than just policy pronouncements. It will require a sustained and genuine effort to listen to the concerns of black voters, acknowledge their pain, and demonstrate a commitment to addressing their needs. This will be a difficult and perhaps impossible task for Trump, given his past behavior. However, if he is serious about winning over black voters, it is a challenge he must be willing to embrace. Section 6. Can Trump win over black voters? The question of whether Donald Trump can win a significant share of the black vote in 2024 is a complex one. On the one hand, he faces significant headwinds. His past rhetoric and policies have alienated many black voters, and he will need to overcome a deep well of distrust. On the other hand, Trump has shown an ability to connect with voters who feel left behind by the political establishment, and he may be able to tap into economic anxieties and concerns about cultural change within segments of the black community. Ultimately, Trump's success will depend on his ability to articulate a message that resonates with black voters, to demonstrate a genuine understanding of their concerns, and to convince them that he is the best candidate to address their needs. Section 7. A tightrope walk balancing appeals. Navigating the complexities of racial politics in America requires a delicate touch. For Trump to make inroads with black voters, he'll need to strike a balance. He must appeal to conservative values that resonate with some black demographics, like faith, family, and entrepreneurship. Simultaneously, he needs to acknowledge the lived experiences of black Americans, empathizing with their struggles against systemic racism and economic inequality. This balancing act will be a defining factor in his pursuit of the black vote. Ignoring either side of this equation could alienate potential black voters, making this delicate equilibrium crucial to his 2024 strategy. Section 8. Mobilizing the base, turning out the vote. Winning elections isn't just about swaying undecided voters, it's also about mobilizing your base. Trump's core supporters, largely white and working class, will be crucial to his 2024 campaign. However, to secure victory, he'll need to inspire higher turnout than in previous elections. This means energizing his base with a message that resonates with their concerns and motivates them to show up at the polls. Simultaneously, he must avoid alienating moderate voters who may be turned off by extreme rhetoric or policies. Trump's ability to walk this tightrope, mobilizing his base without alienating swing voters, will be a key factor in his 2024 prospects. Section 9. The Youth Factor, a generation at a crossroads. Young black voters represent a significant and growing demographic within the electorate. They are more diverse, tech-savvy, and politically engaged than previous generations. Reaching this demographic will be crucial for any candidate hoping to win in 2024. Trump's appeal to younger black voters is uncertain. While some may be drawn to his economic message or his outsider status, others are turned off by his rhetoric and policies. To connect with this generation, Trump will need to go beyond traditional campaign tactics and engage with them on their terms, addressing their concerns about climate change, economic inequality, and social justice. Section 10. 2024, a pivotal election for Black America. The 2024 election will have profound implications for Black America. The outcome will determine the direction of the country on issues such as voting rights, criminal justice reform, healthcare, education, and economic opportunity. Black voters will play a pivotal role in shaping this outcome. Their votes will be essential in determining which candidate and which party controls the White House and Congress. It is therefore imperative that black voters make their voices heard and hold elected officials accountable for their promises. Section 11. The stakes are high, a call to action. The 2024 election is not just about choosing a president. It's about shaping the future of our nation. The stakes have never been higher. We are at a crossroads, facing unprecedented challenges that require bold leadership and a commitment to justice and equality. I urge you to stay informed, engage in dialogue, and most importantly, exercise your right to vote. The future of our democracy depends on it. Let us make our voices heard and demand a better future for all Americans. Like, share, and subscribe to spread the word and join the movement for change.